Colorado has been the story of the college football season. We all understand that. And there's a lot of talk around what Deion Sanders will be at Colorado long term. And that's fair to speculate because he attracts a ton of talent. He's arguably the greatest of all time when it comes to defensive backs in the NFL. Like, his name in itself will bring talent to Colorado. But I want to talk about where Colorado's at right now. Because I think regardless of what he does next season, I think his time at Colorado can already be defined as a success. I really do. And Terrell Owens on some platform the other day said that he thinks Colorado will be Alabama eventually if Deion Sanders decides to stay there. I'm not really going to touch that conversation too much, but that's kind of the long-term vision some people are having for Deion Sanders. I think he's already a success. I'll talk about it right now. Make sure you're subscribed right here to the On3 YouTube channel. College football every single day. No additives, no high fructose corn syrup, nothing you don't care about when it comes to college football. Just ball, only ball, and guess what? Every single day of the year. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram as well, at JDPikel. So let's be clear about this for Deion Sanders. The mission for him in year one at Colorado was to establish momentum. Right? To show there's proof of concept, to show that this thing is going somewhere, and quite frankly, all those things combined so that they would just minimize risk for elite talent to choose Colorado. Because at first, Deion Sanders is like, hey, he's coming from Jackson State. He's never been a Power 5 head coach before. Colorado was 1-11. He's doing all this through the portal. Like, is this going to work? Like, that was genuinely, I think, not just our question on the outside looking in. I think it was a lot of people's questions when they were being recruited by Colorado, or if they were in the portal and considering Colorado. It was like, hey, what am I committing to? Because we'd never seen anything like this in the history of the sport, to overhaul an entire roster, to bring a coach in that's an NFL Hall of Famer. I mean, Deion Sanders is a one-of-one, man. Like, there's nothing you can comp Deion Sanders to when it comes to other Power 5 head coaches. There's other coaches with star power. There's no one that's even close to the charisma or brand power that Deion Sanders has. And we've seen that in spades so far with what Colorado has been. So he's kind of established that momentum already. I mean, heck, look at the viewership. Look at how visible Colorado is. Like, we got College Game Day coming to town for a game against Colorado State. It wasn't like Colorado was playing somebody for, college football playoff implications, or it was going to be, deciding the Pac-12 or whatever. Like, it was Colorado State. It was a group of 5 school playing Colorado. You got College Game Day in town. You got the Pat McAfee show in town. You know how many eyeballs were on Colorado, especially early in the year and continuing this year? Like, how relevant they are now. I think that in itself speaks volumes to where he's pushed this brand to. Because in the day of NIL and the transfer portal, that matters. That matters, and I cannot stress that enough. In the talent acquisition age, to be a visible program, to be cool, to have some brand value to you. They're breaking viewership records. Colorado's got over 1 million followers on their football Instagram page. It's them and I think Alabama and Ohio State that have that many followers. Like, the visibility of Colorado is night and day different from when Deion Sanders got there to where they are now. And again, that's a credit to him, and that's a smashing success, and it sets a tremendous foundation for what they're going to be going forward. And I think what they're going to be going forward and what they are right now, like we talk about Colorado last year, 1-11. You know how many times I thought about Colorado, and I'm guessing you thought about Colorado in 2022? Like, intentionally? Probably 0. Unless you're living in Colorado or in Denver or in Boulder, like, you probably did not think one time about Colorado football. They weren't competitive. Wasn't a factor in the college football landscape. And right now, is Colorado like a tier 1 Pac-12 school? No. Probably not. Are we talking about them being in the college football playoff? No. But they have a competitive factor to them, and they're going to be in that conversation to make a bowl game. Think about that. From 1-11 to over under 3.5 wins in Vegas to now being in the conversation to make a bowl game. And to that be a serious conversation. Andy Staples and I talked before the season even started on this very show and said, if Deion Sanders gets them to a bowl game, build the statue right now. It was tongue-in-cheek, but if we're being honest, like, at this point in time, forget the statue, but what he's done at Colorado, you can already define as a success. And so I think that the deal now is Colorado matters in the college football landscape. Going back to what this all centers around, talent acquisition and building for the future, and all that, like they're already successful right now because of what he's done there to this point. Colorado previously didn't matter in the college football landscape. Now they do. And I think the reason why is obviously, Deion Sanders and the cool factor. And like Deion Sanders has made Colorado into the Tesla of college football. Yes, there's other known commodities out there. There's Alabama, there's Georgia, there's Ohio State. You got your BMWs, your Ferraris, your Porsches. But why do people still continue to buy Tesla like it's going out of style? Because it's cool. Because people want to be on the cutting edge of something. And that's what Deion Sanders has made Colorado into. Is it the same proven commodity as those other schools? No. But kids are taking an extra look at Colorado because they want to be a part of something that's new, that's cool, that's cutting edge, and that's going to be, I think, trending in a very positive upward direction for the next couple of years. That's where they're at right now. And I'll make this very clear too, like you don't buy Tesla if the car sucks. You don't go to Colorado if you're not going to win any football games. Yeah, it's cool that you have some juice on social media. It's cool you got the handles on the back of the practice jerseys that Deion Sanders is your head coach. But if you're not winning football games, if that thing's a dumpster fire, nobody's going to Colorado. He has effectively provided, again, proof of concept and made it no discussion that Colorado, at the very least, will win some football games. It's only year one. And on the outside looking in, people like me are saying, hey, he's already successful. I promise you, Deion Sanders, he's already said he does not tolerate mediocrity. And I think a bowl game in his mind is mediocrity. And I think the longer he stays there, they're going to continue to get tremendous talent. They're going to continue to, I think, solidify their internal culture and standards and all those things. And once they start getting to a point where they're not going to the portal as heavily, and they start to draw more from the high school level consistently and probably like year 2, year 3, I'm just saying, look out. Again, whenever that happens, great, but I'm telling you, Colorado's a success right now. But the hardest part of gaining momentum is that first push, right? That first push of that heavy tire kind of takes a little bit extra, kind of takes a little bit of oomph factor. Once it gets rolling, though, you just keep pushing, and it gets a little bit easier. And the momentum starts to pick up. So that's, I think, where Colorado is headed. But again, I cannot stress this enough. Deion Sanders and what he's done at Colorado to this point, in my mind, already a huge success for Coach Prime and company. Want to let y'all know that the Hard Count is brought to you by HelloFresh. Now, what is HelloFresh? With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorsteps. And you skip the trips to the grocery store, and you can count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Now, when you get HelloFresh, you know you're getting top-notch produce in less than 7 days. Like, it's not a thing where you get it and it's kind of suspect looking. You're like, I don't know if this is still good, kind of smells funny. We got HelloFresh delivered to our house, my wife and I did, and it was phenomenal. We had some salmon. And salmon, y'all know, you can tell right away if salmon's no good. If salmon's not good, I mean, there's no faking it. It's like stopping the run. If you can't do it, we figure out pretty quickly. Salmon was great. Meal was great. And it was so nice just to come home, throw it together with all the ingredients that we already had. Didn't have to go to the grocery store and figure out how to piece it all together and do this big experience. It was like HelloFresh got it to our doorstep, put it together, made a great meal. And like I said, it was phenomenal and would recommend it to all of y'all. Now, so to get this done, here's what we got to do. Go to HelloFresh.com/50JD and use code 50JD. And here's the deal. For 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. So go to HelloFresh.com/50JD. Use code 50JD for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. This is America's #1 meal kit. Let's roll. We appreciate HelloFresh being a part of that, being a part of the hard count, that is, and being a part of what we're doing here. HelloFresh, man, good people. You don't want to go to the grocery store during college football season, man. You don't want to go to the grocery store between your noon game and your 3:30 Eastern game. Just have HelloFresh, dial in. Let's have a great college football Saturday. Hey, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.